We were drawn to post-Soviet countries by our first interest to Laika, the space dog. So it's a very particular entry into this world, because it was really this one animal that was sent to space that drew our attention. And around this animal we understood a lot about post-Soviet propaganda back then, post-Soviet or Soviet back then, Soviet culture. And we found that our generation and the generation of Masha, who is 10 years younger than us or more, that their circumstances in this new era after the Soviet Union collapsed is very tenuous and very unexplored in a way. And there we found a big connection in a psychological way. So we are basically interested, I would say, in the psychological mindset of the generation, of our generation in post-Soviet times.
And in a way, these three films are very connected to each other in several ways. So we even, like, it's a kind of trilogy, one decade, which we also close now.
Yeah, it's kind of over.
Жуткая картина.
Elsa was in Minsk many years ago, and there some people approached her and asked her if she wanted to meet a painter who is painting dead bodies and who's also working in the morgue. And Elsa, I don't know why, but decided to go to meet him.
I was just very curious to see it and find out, because in Minsk in Belarus it was very new to me, so I wanted to know something about it, and I was just like, I'm curious. But this encounter somehow struck me very deep, because it was the first time in my life I saw a dead body. And also the real paintings of Misha in our film, they are his real paintings. And the world of how he's painting was really touching us a lot. It was telling us about a country living in oppression. It was telling us about souls and bodies and death in a way. So this was the inspiration for our fiction film. Both Masha and Misha never acted before. So Masha was obviously, from her job as a model, she was used to be in front of the camera. But we had to work with her a lot on a different way of being in front of the camera. As a model, you're really focusing into the camera, you are very conscious of yourself, and we wanted her to be very unconscious of herself, really, that she could let herself go, in a way, into the situation. So this was the main task, and we knew her very long already. We met her casted her when she was 17. So we were really trying to make her understand that we are not interested in her, like, only the exterior, that we want something interior. And with Misha, obviously, I met him so long ago, so our collaboration was based on an understanding of each other's art. So we cannot paint and he cannot make films. So in a way, he was really trusting us and letting himself really fall and dedicate himself to what should I do. And so he was really like willingly being the puppet of himself. But then he's very good in like not reflecting himself. So we've been very lucky with that, and we tried to create situations where they could surprise each other. So they did not always know what the one will ask them or what will happen. So the real surprise was making it easier for both of them.
We had a wonderful crew working with the film, but when you work with non-professional actors and in our style, we had a lot of things that were very important. For example, the actors should never see a replay. They should never see themselves on a monitor. There were no mirrors. This, for example, then we had to build a lot that they feel like in real apartments, for example. So we didn't like that it's too artificial, and to be reminded on film as a product, as a machinery. So the actual production of film. So we didn't like loud, I don't know, action and cut and all these things. So these typical and a bit stereotypical ways of American filmmaking, we thought will remind them that we are doing a film. but they should focus on themselves. So this is very demanding from a crew that is used to work on a normal fiction set with very different rhythms. So we needed some time to understand what's the best way to work together and to adopt what was very important for us and the two actors, that they don't feel like they're doing a product.
Вот это по-настоящему чудесное место. Вот это вот дерево, которое исцеляет и исполняет желания.
Yeah, for us, already during studying, when we met each other and started to work with each other, our first short film is really about soundscapes, about hearing spaces. So this is deeply important for us in all our works. And with White Snail especially, I think the sound was also for us a method, sound and music combination of both, a method to tell about the things we could not name hugely in the film. So obviously it's set in Belarus, it's a very political, complex situation, it's an autocratic country, there is a lot of oppression against the people there, so you can feel a lot of emotions in the film which are transformed or transported through the sound. So the tension in the air, that you feel observed and uncertain when you're in the city, and that you feel more free in the countryside and in the forest. So this we tried with our composers. We work with them already since we studied. With our sound designer, we know him since the first project. They understand very much where we're going to, and so it's a very close collaboration between the music and the soundscape and our directing input. So yeah, we loved that work.